The Ultimate Fighting Championship is a global stage where fighters from all walks of life converge to test their skills, resilience, and mental fortitude. Among the countless athletes who have graced the octagon, few stories are as unconventional and compelling as that of Sean O'Malley and his head coach, Tim Welch. Their journey, a fusion of contrasting backgrounds, unorthodox personalities, and an unbreakable bond, has left an indelible mark on the UFC. This is the story of how a self-proclaimed hippie and a former Jehovah's Witness defied expectations, reshaped the bantamweight division, and carved out a unique legacy in combat sports. Born on October 24, 1994, in Helena, Montana, Sean O'Malley's early life was far from extraordinary. The middle child of four, he grew up in a modest household with a nurse mother and a police detective father. Money was often a point of contention, and O'Malley, disinterested in academics or following his father's footsteps into law enforcement, drifted through adolescence without a clear direction. Sports provided an outlet: baseball, football, and basketball, but his smaller stature made professional aspirations in those fields unrealistic. Then, at 16, a visit to a local kickboxing gym changed everything. O'Malley was immediately drawn to the discipline, channeling his natural athleticism and flexibility into striking. His mother, initially hesitant about her son's violent new pursuit, soon witnessed his dedication as he progressed through the ranks. By the time he transitioned to MMA, O'Malley had developed a striking style as flashy as his appearance: rainbow-colored hair, face tattoos, and a flamboyant personality that defied the stoic archetype of a fighter. Open about his love for marijuana and his unorthodox personal life, including an open relationship with his wife, O'Malley embraced the hippie label, becoming one of the UFC's most polarizing yet captivating figures. Tim Welch, from Jehovah's Witness to MMA mentor. Tim Welch's background couldn't have been more different. Raised in the strict confines of the Jehovah's Witnesses, Welch's upbringing was defined by rigid structure and religious doctrine. Jehovah's Witnesses are known for their insular community, doctrinal controversies, and the social repercussions faced by those who leave, a reality Welch experienced firsthand. Online discussions, including Reddit threads and YouTube interviews, reveal Welch's tumultuous exit from the faith. Titles like "Welterweight Fighter Tim Welch Talks About Leaving the JW Cult" and "Tim, Red Hawk, Welch Talks to Joe Rogan About His JW Upbringing and How He Escaped" underscore the significance of this chapter in his life. Welch has described his departure as an escape, a term often used by former members who face shunning and emotional turmoil after leaving. Before becoming a coach, Welch was a fighter himself, compiling a 14-6 record and training under legends like Greg Jackson and Augusto Tanquinho Mendes, who awarded him his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in 2018. His fighting career gave him first-hand insight into the sport's demands, shaping his coaching philosophy, one that prioritizes mental resilience as much as physical skill. The meeting that changed everything. O'Malley and Welch's paths crossed in their home state of Montana. Welch, then a fighter and commentator, first noticed O'Malley during an amateur bout where the young fighter submitted a college wrestler with an armbar. Impressed, Welch invited O'Malley to train at his gym in Phoenix. The transition was brutal. O'Malley, then a raw talent, recalled being beat up really bad in early sessions. But he persevered, returning to Montana to save money before moving to Arizona permanently. For a time, he even crashed on Welch's couch, a humble beginning for what would become one of MMA's most successful partnerships. Their bond deepened beyond coach and fighter. They became roommates, best friends, and eventually co-hosts of the Timbo Sugar Show podcast. Unlike traditional coach-fighter dynamics, their relationship was built on authenticity, shared humor, and mutual trust. Welch, who could have coached multiple fighters, chose to focus almost exclusively on O'Malley, tailoring his training to the fighter's unique style and personality. The rise to UFC stardom. O'Malley's UFC journey began with a knockout win on Dana White's Contender Series in 2017. From there, he amassed a highlight reel resume. Knockout artistry, wins over Eddie Wineland, a vicious one-punch KO, and Thomas Almeida showcased his striking brilliance. Championship glory, A stunning TKO of Aljamain Sterling at UFC 292 crowned him bantamweight champion. Entertainment factor: his fights consistently earned Fight of the Night or Performance of the Night bonuses, making him a fan favorite. Welch's coaching was instrumental in O'Malley's success. He emphasized sparring for beginners but scaled it back for veterans like O'Malley, focusing instead on fight-specific drills and recovery. His psychological approach, building O'Malley's confidence while keeping training enjoyable, proved just as critical as technical adjustments. However, their journey wasn't without setbacks. O'Malley's loss to Marlon Vera in 2020 due to a leg injury, and his recent title defeat to Merab Dvalishvili sparked criticism, particularly toward Welch's corner advice. UFC Hall of Famer Matt Serra even blasted Welch's tactics during the Dvalishvili fight. Yet, true to their resilient nature, both men owned the loss and vowed to evolve. The cultural impact: unconventionality as strength. O'Malley and Welch's influence extends beyond wins and losses. Together, they've challenged MMA's traditional norms. Personality over platitudes: O'Malley's openness about his lifestyle, including his marijuana advocacy and open relationship, and Welch's candid discussions about leaving the Jehovah's Witnesses resonate with fans seeking authenticity. The power of connection: their friendship, rare in a sport where coaches often maintain professional distance, has become a blueprint for fighter-coach chemistry. Media savvy: their podcast and frequent appearances on shows like The Joe Rogan Experience have expanded their reach, attracting non-traditional MMA audiences. Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch's story is one of unlikely synergy. A hippie-esque striker and a former Jehovah's Witness turned coach, united by Montana roots and a shared vision, proved that success in the UFC doesn't require conformity. Their journey, marked by flashy knockouts, personal transparency, and unwavering loyalty to each other, has redefined what it means to be a fighter and a coach in modern MMA. As O'Malley plots his return to title contention and Welch continues to mentor the next generation at his Red Hawk Academy, one thing is certain: their impact on the UFC will be remembered not just for championships, but for the unorthodox path they took to get there. In a sport often dominated by bravado and machismo, the hippie and the ex-Jehovah's Witness showed that being different isn't a weakness, it's a weapon. Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch proved that the most unexpected duos can change the game. But what do you think? Was their bond the key to O'Malley's success, or was it just raw talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you loved this deep dive into UFC's unlikeliest power duo, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more untold MMA stories, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Want more behind-the-scenes breakdowns? Let us know which fighter or coach I should cover next.